Today we're diving into something that's, well, it's causing a lot of buzz online. It's this idea of an AI-powered system that promises to automate your online income. Sounds too good to be true, right? We're going to look at the promise, let's call it the harsh reality, and what it actually takes to make something like this work. So stick with me, because this could really shift how you think about making money on the internet.
All right, here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll unpack that automated income promise and really get into why that dream is so darn powerful. Then we got to get real with a much-needed reality check. After that, we'll reframe this whole thing. It's a tool, not a treasure chest. And we'll wrap up with the decision that ultimately is all yours. Let's jump in.
So let's start at the beginning. What's the core idea here? What is this big promise all about?
I mean, think about it. What if you could actually earn money online, but without having to create your own products, without needing a garage full of inventory, or even having to be the face of the brand? That right there, that's the question that pulls so many people in. The idea of getting rid of all the usual business headaches, the product design, the shipping, the customer support, it's just incredibly attractive. It speaks to that desire for a simpler, smarter way to build an income. But, and this is a big but, we have to hit the brakes for a second, because here's the truth most people don't want to hear. The majority of people who try this fail, and it usually boils down to one thing. They're following the wrong system. It's not just about finding an opportunity, it's about finding the right one. And to make this less abstract, a lot of these systems live on platforms like Warrior Plus. Now, if you haven't heard of it, just think of it like a giant digital marketplace. But instead of buying, a t-shirt or a gadget, it's filled with AI tools, software, and these business-in-a-box type systems, all designed to help people make money online. And when you look at it on the surface, the process seems almost too simple, right? Step 1, you get access to one of these AI-powered systems. Step 2, it hands you a bunch of ready-made marketing funnels and tools. Step 3, your main job is just to promote a unique link that they give you. And step 4, you earn a commission every time someone buys something through your link. Sounds pretty straightforward, doesn't it? And that simplicity, that's a huge, huge part of the appeal.
Okay, so we get the what. Now let's dig into the why. What is it that makes this dream so powerful for so many people?
It really comes down to this. People are just tired. They're tired of the 9-to-5 grind. They're stressed out because the cost of everything keeps going up. And they're just fundamentally fed up with that direct trade, giving up 1 hour of their life for a set amount of money. People are desperately looking for a way to break that cycle. And then this happens. Artificial intelligence, AI, comes along and completely changes the game. And I'm not just talking about some trendy buzzword. This is a real technological shift that's changing what's possible, especially for the little guy, the person who doesn't have a big team or a 6-figure budget. Just look at what AI automation can handle now. These are the pillars of any online business. Generating content used to take forever. Building sales funnels, that was a technical nightmare. Driving traffic, super expensive and complicated. Writing sales copy that actually converts, that's a rare skill. Now AI can either completely automate or dramatically speed up every single one of these things. We're talking about AI generating articles in minutes, or systems that build out entire marketing campaigns for you. It's a massive time and money saver. And this chart, it shows the shift perfectly. The old way was just a grind of manual effort with this incredibly steep learning curve. It took so much time. But the AI way, it's built on automated systems. It makes things so much more accessible for beginners. And you can get things up and running in a fraction of the time. The whole point is to save you time and to lower that massive barrier that used to keep people out. And all of this leads to the ultimate prize, right? The holy grail that this whole industry chases after: passive income. Now, let's be clear. This isn't about never working again. It's about doing the work up front, setting up the systems, so they can keep working for you and generating income, even when you're not actively sitting at your computer.
This is the image they sell, and man, is it powerful. Imagine waking up to commissions that came in while you were sleeping. Just picture that for a second. You check your phone in the morning, and there are sales notifications from overnight. That's not just about money, that's about freedom. Time freedom.
And here's how that's even possible. Your affiliate link, the one you're promoting, it's out there on the internet. And the internet is always on, 24/7, all over the world. So once your system is set up, your marketing is essentially working for you around the clock, like a tireless employee.
Okay, we've been talking about the dream, and it's super compelling, I get it. But now
Now we have to talk about the reality. It's time for that necessary reality check. Yeah, here's what most of the so-called gurus won't tell you. This is the stuff that gets conveniently left out of the flashy sales videos. Because behind that dream, there are some serious pitfalls you absolutely have to know about. And this might be the most important thing you hear today. Not all systems are created equal, especially on a platform like Warrior Plus. That marketplace we talked about, it's got thousands of products. Some are genuinely brilliant tools that can save you a ton of time, and others, well, they're not. The quality can swing wildly from one product to the next. And these are the red flags you gotta watch out for. When you look at complaints from people who've had bad experiences, you see the same things over and over. Overhyped promises that are impossible to achieve, a never-ending series of expensive upsells after you buy, tools that just flat out don't work as advertised, and, of course, zero support when you need help.
And let me just be brutally honest here. Some people end up spending way more money than they ever make back. If you pick the wrong system, or if you go into this with a get-rich-quick mindset, you can absolutely lose money. This is not a lottery ticket. It's a business, and it has real risks. So, this is the big shift we need to make. We've been asking the wrong question. The question isn't, does this stuff work? The answer is yes, of course it can work. The real question is, how do you use it effectively? The focus has to move away from the shiny object and on to you, the user, and your strategy.
And that brings us to the most critical mindset shift of all. You have to start seeing this as a tool, not the treasure itself. Let me say this as clearly as I possibly can. This is not a magic button. It just doesn't exist. Not in business, not in life. Any system, I don't care how advanced the AI is, that promises you instant riches with zero effort, you should run in the other direction. Let's just think about the definition of a tool. It's an implement you use to do a job, right? A hammer is an amazing tool, but the hammer doesn't build the house. You have to pick it up, learn how to swing it, and put in the work nail by nail. Think of these AI systems in exactly the same way. They are a powerful, high-tech hammer for building an online business, but you still have to swing it. So what does swinging the hammer actually look like? Well, first, it means taking consistent action. You can't just set it and forget it and expect miracles. Second, it means being willing to learn some basic skills, like how to get traffic, how to get eyeballs on your links. This isn't rocket science, but you do have to learn the fundamentals of marketing and generating leads. And third, and maybe this is the most important one, you have to be persistent. Most people give up when things get a little tough. The success stories you hear, they're from the people who didn't quit. And this slide, this lays it all out. You've got two paths. The shortcut seeker, who's always looking for that magic button, they quit at the first sign of a challenge, and then they blame the system. And then you have the strategic user. They understand it's a tool, they test things, they adapt, and they take personal responsibility for learning what they need to know. Which one of those people do you want to be? That choice makes all the difference. All right, so we've looked at the dream, we've faced the reality, and we've talked about the right mindset, which means now it's decision time. Let's just pull back for a second and look at the big picture. This isn't just about one little affiliate program. We are standing at the very beginning of a new era. AI and automation are creating opportunities that were literally science fiction just a few years ago. It's empowering regular people in ways we've never seen. And that leaves you with a really simple choice. Are you going to sit on the sidelines and just watch this all happen? Or are you going to be one of the people who decides to learn the new tools and get in on this early? History tells us that the biggest rewards almost always go to the people who see which way the wind is blowing and they act on it before everyone else does. And make no mistake, there is a window of opportunity here, right now. As more people wake up to what these AI tools can do, things will get more crowded, more competitive. The real advantage belongs to the people who get in now, who learn and implement these systems while it's all still fresh. So look, if you're actually serious about leveraging AI to build a real online business, to automate the tedious stuff, to save time, and to get a system that helps you generate leads that can turn into sales, then you can't just sit here thinking about it. The most important step is always the first one. So click the link you see right below this explainer. Go learn more, explore this for yourself, but do it now before the whole world catches on.